And as you can see right now, here's the light. And it is currently switched on with the main switch power. And I have the remote in my hand. And when you turn this on, this mode right now is kind of the brightest white. And by going through these modes, it kind of toggles through. So actually that was not the brightest. That was the cold white, kind of a 25 watt power draw. This is a 25 watt warm draw. When I press mode again, this goes up to just under 50 watts, about 48 watts. And this to me is a cold white, like a daylight. And the next one is a 5 watt, kind of a cold white. And then it'll just kind of toggle right back through all of those. Another thing I noticed on the remote, you can also change the color temperature, go from, warm to cold, if you prefer. This is a directional infrared transmitter. The same one will work for both at the same time if you're the proper distance. You could hit both lights. However, you do need to aim through the diffuser. If you're on the side, it's not going to work. This is not RF, it is IR. And you can make it brighter. You can control the dimness as well. Another handy feature I found is if you toggle the power off and on, as I'll do now, I'll turn it off with the physical switch and I'll turn it on. This right now to me looks like the 25 watt cold. I'll turn it off. When I turn it back on, it'll go to the 25 watt warm. Turn it off, turn it back on. Now it's at that roughly 50 watt cold. And now turn it off, turn it on again, we'll go to the 5 watt low power mode. And it cycles through just like this remote does. So if you forget your remote, you can very easily cycle through those modes just by powering it off and on. However, without the remote, you can't do fine adjustments. As you can kind of see here, there is a hot spot in the middle on the softbox. When you take a look at the reflector itself, the way the bulb's situated, it's sending that light straight through this diffuser versus being reflected into the foil and coming out that way. For the price of these lights, I don't know that you could expect a whole lot more. These are okay lights. I do feel at the price I saw them, they were a little pricey for what you're getting, but they are decent starter soft boxes. You just want to make sure you keep these a good distance away from what you're lighting, or you will get some harsher shadows than you'd expect from a softbox. As you can see here, the light stand itself weighs 2 pounds, 2 ounces. When you fully assemble one of the soft boxes, it comes in at 4 pounds and 3 ounces. We're going to take a quick look underneath the diffuser to show you what I mean by the light isn't reflecting much off the foil. And then when we put the diffuser back on, you can see that hot spot. These are a nice starter set of soft boxes. I would rate these 4 out of 5 stars.